Hi everybody, thank you for joining my YouTube channel. This is Delphine the Oracle here, and it's the new moon of May, and it's May 22nd. It's actually May 23rd because I wanted to wait till about 2 in the morning. The whole duality, the 22nd of 2020 at 2 in the morning. And right when I waited, there's a big thunderclap that started outside, and there's nothing like a Texas thunderstorm, but it's actually very calming. Everything's quiet. And if you're empathic or sensitive and you're feeling a lot of the weight of the collective, you're probably noticing that you kind of sometimes like when it's between 2 and 4 in the morning, because there's less collective consciousness awake and everything seems kind of calm and you can kind of have your thoughts to yourself. And so there's been a theme this week with this new moon. New moon is in Gemini. And I have no air in my chart. It's all water, fire, and earth. And so I tend to gravitate towards air signs, and I'm always asking them advice. But there's been a definite theme, doing a lot of readings over the last couple weeks, there's been a definite theme of the duality, the right, the wrong, the good, the bad, and what I should believe, what I shouldn't believe. There's so many things going on with this quarantine, and I'm always cleansing my space. So what I was feeling, and I asked any guides that wanted to come talk to me, and I kept getting Archangel Gabriel. And all of a sudden there's a storm and there's been all this water, and I was in the water today. And I'm also getting Horus. Horus has been around a lot the last couple weeks. And I always think of that as air, you know, the Lord of the air. Always thinking of angels and the wings and the air, and thinking Gemini is so much mind, and they're ruled by Mercury, and they're beautiful, wonderful people who have all these thoughts, and they're very good at diving into complex situations and complex things that need to be understood. What I'm noticing with this theme of this new moon is that duality of Gemini. We're halfway in and halfway out. We're in the middle of this big shift, the middle of the awakening going on the planet right now. And there's so many people feeling like they're half in and half out. And so I was asking for a message from this Wisdom of the Oracle deck. I don't know if the program makes it look backwards or not. It looks backwards to me. And I pulled a card out of it. And right before I started this, and I got this Between Worlds. I'm just going to show it to you for a minute. That's exactly where this reminds me of Gemini. I've got these dual sides to me, and the 222 portal and everything. It's like, you know what? It's okay to be half in and half out. You're between worlds right now. You're still stuck in this quarantine where everything's supposed to be black and white, and this is good, this is bad. You're being fed all this information, what to believe, what not to believe. And this is just my own personal thing. Do what you want to do, but shut off the news. Go outside in nature and ask what resonates with you. Is this really true? Is this not true? Do some research. But this is your life right now. How many of you are feeling like, wow, this is the old way, and I see something completely new happening. I'm going to be working somewhere completely different. Or when I go back to my job, it's not going to be the same. Well, that should be a good thing. There's so much changing on the planet right now, and what I'm seeing, and it's not just that I'm positive, I choose to only see the positive. There's people dying, you know, there's a lot going on right now with this virus. I live with a nurse who works in the hospital and is dealing with this, so I know it's true. It's not some fake thing. But this just rings so true. Like, nothing's going to ever be the same again. We're coming out of this black and white duality 3D matrix world where we've been taught to believe one certain thing, and we're having to rewire our subconscious, and we're having to think about everything differently. We've had all this time to sit and think, wow, now that I'm really thinking about this, does this seem right? Does this seem true? The world needs to change, and the only way it's going to change is with the whole collective together. This makes me kind of emotional because there's so many of us. And I know you've heard of the Masharihi effect, and I know on 4/4 we had all these mass meditations where 1 million people came together and meditated, and the Schumann resonance went off the scale. And that much collective energy, if we do that all the time, we can totally change this planet, and we can change the energy on it, and the mass consciousness won't be in this fear mode all the time. And so what I'm saying is be encouraged. Look at this card, and I believe it's card number 3, Between Worlds. Do you feel like a shift has happened? Has your timeline shifted? Do you feel like you're stepping out of something and you have no idea what you're stepping into? But is what you're stepping into, it has so much hope, and it's vibrant and it's colorful, and you've decided, I'm done with this old way, I'm done with that old job, or I'm done with that old group of friends. And not in a bad way, but sometimes you find that you look around at your reality and you go, this isn't what I meant to create. It's okay to create a new reality. Get your thoughts positive and start believing this beautiful, colorful future's out there. I've talked to so many people when I'm doing readings. I talk to so many people that I just feel like I'm meant for something more, and they hate their jobs. And so step out into that dream. Step out into what it is that you really want to be doing. There's so many people who have the potential for healing and just doing something that they love. And that fear, I understand it. It took me to my 50s to finally go, I hate this job. It's time for me to do something I love. So I know I sound like I'm harping on it. You've been hearing it all over the place. If you're a light worker or healer, or you go through a lot of YouTube videos and you're always trying to raise your vibration, this is why, because you know that this is happening for a reason. This is the great shift, and you're about to step into this beautiful future that you deserve. You came here to live this prosperous, abundant future. You came here to heal. You came here to this planet to be a catalyst, which is number 3, is the catalyst, compassion. You came here to show people love, and you came here to light up the matrix, that black and white matrix that we've all been stuck in. It's time to step out. And this new moon in Gemini, it's all about, instead of the Scorpio full moon we had where everything's emotions and we're still trying to release the past, now we're like, look, there's a future. It looks completely different, but you know what? It looks better. It can be better. You can make it better. We can all make it better together. I'm going to quit harping on that for a moment, but I'm thinking about on June 6th, it's going to be a portal date. A lot of people are doing it, but let's have another mass meditation. We're going to go live and we're going to meditate on peace and happiness in the world and bringing light and love into the earth and healing, and light a candle for the people that are on their new next journey, because death is really not an ending, it's a beginning, and they're starting a whole new journey, and they're a lot happier than we are right now. They're probably like, well, I escaped just in time. I wish you could hear the thunder outside. It's kind of relaxing. Anyway, I asked the guides to come forth, and what I was feeling was Horus and Archangel Gabriel, and I pulled a card, and I got something with wings, of course. So that just makes me laugh. Between worlds. We're between worlds right now. The new earth is happening. We're stepping out of that old one. And don't be afraid to shine your colors. Don't be afraid to transform. I know it's scary. That thing you want to do. How am I going to do that? Don't worry about the how and the when. Do the law of attraction. Watch The Secret. Rewire your subconscious mind. I'm going to do a whole video on rewiring your subconscious mind. But step out of the world. Step out into that colorful world. Create your color into it. I'm going to pull a few tarot cards. And I'm asking any other guides that want to show up for a message from the tarot. And just that thunder. I love the sound of the thunder. And I feel like this rain and this spring has been, for some people, it's been intolerable. At the same time, it's kind of needed, because if everything didn't stop for a minute so we could go within and be like, hey, we need to change something here. And let's all change it together. Let's meditate. Every night before you go to bed, take 10 minutes and imagine in peace in your city. Imagine your best friend being healed, or someone you know who's sick, or somebody's animals. Put that peace and love out there, and try to forgive somebody every week. Pick somebody in your life that quite hasn't been forgiven yet, and write it out on a piece of paper. I forgive you for this. I release you from that. I cut cords from any soul contract we made, and you're free, and I love you. And I hope your light shines, and have a great life. Start practicing forgiving of your past, and then it'll be easier to shift into that future. So let's see. Of course, we get... So for the tarot, we've got the Knight of Staves, which literally means future dreams and plans. It's time to step into that future, step into those future dreams, take action. So we've been doing a lot of emotional cleansing and clearing, and now it's time to get some Gemini mind and get some thoughts and visions and inspirations, and make one action plan. There's something you know you can do that gets you one step closer to your dream. And I know my dream is the QHHT. I've been telling a lot of my friends about it. That's the next level of, I do a lot of past life regressions and therapy, but I'd like to do the hypnosis, because there's so much healing that can happen when you open up your past lives and you find out which, not just bad things, but which things are feeding into this life that you can dissolve, and which things you can borrow from your past. You might have been a great healer and you're doing something else in this life, but you feel like a need to help people, and you can tap into your past lives and be like, I want that skill back. I want to heal again. So future dreams and plans. What is it you want to do? What is your passion? And this makes me emotional, because I know so many people who are like, they don't like what they're doing, and they have this vision, and you deserve to have your vision working. You deserve to have that. Get on that horse, that white horse, light worker. Get out there in the world and find the next step that gets you to that vision. The next card I pulled was the Four of Swords. This is like a change for the better. Any four can be a change for the better. This Four of Swords, see how he's resting? It's kind of like resting after the battle. The Four of Swords is kind of like the convalescence card. And what's happening right now, there's a lot of people recovering from a virus. My own sister and brother-in-law, who I haven't seen in months. And it's a very mild, like she didn't even realize she had it kind of thing. It's not hitting some people very bad, and it's killing other people. But this is the card of convalescence. While you're making these future dreams and plans, heal up. Take care of yourself. Self-care. Go out in nature. Sit under a tree. Go lay on a blanket. Recover. Rest. Sleep. Do that thing that makes you feel like you're being cared for and you're caring for yourself. And because when you're trying to pour from an empty cup, you get drained. And just today, I decided it was the new moon. I was going to do something I haven't done yet this year, and took a couple grandkids to a lake. And I swam in the lake, and I almost cried. I was like, wow, I really needed this. I miss this. And getting out in nature, getting in the water, sitting on the grass, sitting under a tree, it's so amazingly recharging. And that's what you need to be doing. Plan your future. You don't have to know all the how and the when. You don't have to have all the details, but just what's the next thing? What's the direction you want to go? And take care of yourself. It doesn't have to happen at a rapid pace. It doesn't have to be the cheetah running through the wild desert. Just rest, relax, drop your shields for yourself. And the last card I got for this new moon is another 4. It's funny, 44. That seems to be a prevalent number for a lot of people. This is a 4 of Pentacles. It is a change for the better with, now you're gathering up your assets. You've realized what's important to you. You realize what you want to do. And you're protecting yourself. Protect that empathic energy of yours. Be sure you're self-caring for yourself and you're recharging so that you can regroup. This person they stepped outside of the big house. They stepped outside of that matrix. They're out in nature. They're regrouping and deciding what they want to protect, what they want to take care of, what dreams they want to keep, who it is that they need to contact next, who it is that's important to them. And there's going to be all this transformation. Your life's going to transform. So you've got a change for the better coming. I know that's been the message the last couple of moons, is there's a change for the better coming. And I'm going to pull a dolphin card since it's raining outside, and dolphins are my favorite thing, and it's wet and watery, and Gabriel has been standing around here with all this water, and I keep feeling take a deep breath. Everything's going to be okay. And play in the water. Play in the rain. If you can't do the lake, the shower, sit in a salt bath. Salt bath's really good for empaths. It's not just relaxing, but the salt does cleanse too, and it takes away that negative energy. Burn some sage or some incense. It's like what I'm going on right now. I cleared my cards through it. So we're going to ask the mermaids and the dolphins, what is the message for this new moon in Gemini? I know there's a lot of other astrological things going on that are forcing us to, oh, look what popped out. Dream big. I'm going to give that a full view. Dream big. That's what you're supposed to be doing right now. Let go of small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeeding. So, while you're recovering and resting and being quarantined, you feel like you need to sleep 14 hours one day, go for it. While you're sleeping, guess what's happening? You're manifesting your future. Because you realize that every night when you go to sleep, you're leaving your body. How many of you are having these dreams? So you're leaving your body and you're going on these missions with all these other people. I know I've had a couple dreams myself where I woke up and I had to contact like 12 different people. And I'm like, I dreamt about you last night. We were in this giant group and I'm always dreaming about retreats and like 40 people I know are there. And we're all in these missions. And I really feel like our souls all came together at this time to work on the shifting of this planet and bringing awakening to people. And your individual dream is important. You're here to make a difference. I want to know what you're here for. Send me a comment. What is your big dream? I believe in my dream. I believe in miracles. I expect miracles. Dream big. I feel like that's a beautiful, beautiful message, to dream big. I don't know if you heard that thunderclap, but I felt it. Emphasize dream big. And I'm going to pull one more card, and then I'm going to pull a rune. So, for those of you who know me, I like to listen to Kryon. He's an angelic group channeled by Lee Carroll. He's been channeling for 30 years on this earth. Everything he's talked about has come to pass or is coming to pass. And he talked about the Great Awakening and the Great Shift, but it wouldn't be what we expected. So I feel like he has a message today too. It's a quick, short, simple message. I also keep getting love yourself. Quit expecting, dream big and expect a miracle, but quit expecting yourself to know the how and the when and to control it all. Source is here for you. All your ancestors are here for you. Your spirit team. They're waiting for you to ask for help. Because you are powerful. So I'm going to let you soak that one in for a minute. All that power in the thunderstorm outside. This is a fractal light deck. It's all pictures of fractal light. That's just beautiful. It looks like there's a little being of light in there. That's you. You are powerful. Just your thoughts. Just you meditating a couple times a day, it can change the energy around you. It can change your whole energy field, which is like 23, 24 feet wide. We're walking by each other every day and we're bumping into each other's energy. And a lot of empaths don't know how to bubble that, and they just absorb the negative. But what if you were a sunlight? What if you were a sunbeam and you're walking around with your solar plexus open and you're walking around with all your chakras open? What if you were just this light? And everywhere you walked, you left lit up footprints, and everything you touched, you left lit up handprints. Not germs, light, love. You're here to bring love to the world, and you're so much more powerful than you think. And if you're watching this still and you're a light worker, you have done so much work to clear all that darkness that was there, because we're loving our shadow selves. We're not battling with it. It's clearing it. It's loving it. It's saying it's okay what you chose 15 years ago. It's okay what you chose 2 years ago. I love you. Love yourself. You have this powerful light inside of you that can change the energy of this earth. And just don't forget, you are powerful. Like the thunderstorm. And runes are my specialty, so I wanted to pull 3 runes real quick for this new moon reading in Gemini. Gemini's an amazing sign. It's a sign of the twin. And there's just been this duality going on. This thing happened, that thing happened. There's fear on both sides, like the whole vaccine thing. Don't ever take a vaccine. No, you should always take a vaccine. So you've got fear coming from everywhere. So it's not that I don't care, but I don't watch the news. And I feel like if you give your TV away and only just, choose to watch documentaries or fun movies about superheroes or happy things, you're going to change your energy. If you change your energy, you change your life. I know you've heard that if you ever listen to anything by Dr. Joe Dispenza. So let's see what we have here for this new moon. This is all about you getting stronger. This is Uruz. It looks like an upside down U. And it's the horns of the wild beast. It's the strength. It's surviving, but it's not just surviving. It's thriving. You have the inner strength to handle this, to handle anything. And you are powerful. And to recharge, you got to take care of yourself. And it's telling you to dream big. You can do things with runes. You can make bind runes out of them. Put 2 or 3 of them together and draw it on a stone. Carry it around with you. Look at it every now and then. Remind yourself how strong you are. The second rune I got is called Iwaz. Looks like a sideways M. Or sideways E. It looks like an M. But it means Iwaz. It means freedom. The meaning is horse, which means freedom. The vehicle for accomplishing your will is at hand. You are free. It's time to take action and do some movement. Like we got a couple horse cards already here today. This is horse. It's time to get on your horse. It's time to make that Horus. I get it. I think Horus is laughing. I get it, Horus. So get on your horse. Take that next step. What's the next step for what you want to do in your life? What you want to... I've been wanting to sign up for this particular course. I'm finally going to be able to do it like in the next couple of weeks. What is your action? Is it a vacation? You feel like you've been on a forced vacation? Is it one where you leave? Is it a different job? Is it a second job? Is it that painting? You know who I'm talking to. Is it that painting you've been wanting to paint with all those beautiful colors and you've been afraid to show your art or show that side of yourself? It's time to get strong and take an action that leads you to that next step, to follow your bliss, follow your excitement. Freedom. You're going to feel so free. And what's going to happen? This is Berkana. It means birch. It's the fastest growing tree in the forest. It means beginnings, new beginnings, fertility. Launch that project. Launch that dream. Launch that new beginning. It's going to grow faster than you could have possibly imagined. What is your dream? What is that new beginning you've been waiting to stick your toe in the water? What's that new beginning you've been waiting to do? And what is stopping you? For me, it was fear. I'm afraid to make a YouTube channel. Afraid what people will think. You know what? Shine your light. We need you. We need your uniqueness. We need your beauty. We need your paintings. We need your songs. We need your opinions. Because there's some unique thing that you think of or you show that nobody else has thought of. So bring that out. New beginnings. Berkana. Bring that out. I'm trying to think if there was any other message I was supposed to bring you for this new moon and this new beginning. Just that I wish you love and thank you for your unconditional love and support. Thank you for being out there and shining your light. Everybody out there, not just the healthcare workers, but everybody out there who isn't afraid to mingle in a safe way. For you're taking your risks, not putting others at risks, but just knowing that your immune system, if you're vibrating so high that you just know you can't get sick, you're probably not going to get sick. You could do a whole nother video on rewiring your subconscious for health and perfect health. And all I know is ever since I started saying affirmations and I started really following the whole law of attraction, I did some telepathic hypnosis and self-hypnosis and self-suggestion and auto-suggestion are amazing, amazing tools to rewire your subconscious. I haven't been sick in like 3 years and I don't have allergies anymore. And it's just from saying things. You're the boss. You're powerful. talk to your body, talk to your mind, talk to yourself, and tell yourself how beautiful you are and how much you love yourself. Because I love you unconditionally, and you came here to experience love, bliss, and you came here to use your power to change this earth into this beautiful place it's going to be, that it is. And get out in nature, take a nap, dream big. I just want to tell you I love you unconditionally, and I hope you have a wonderful new moon. Peace, love, and namaste.